You are worth the effort, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Before we jump into the deep stuff today, let's have a little real talk moment because I need to confess something and I need your help. I want to start with a check in because I've been feeling a little blah lately. It's weird because on paper, everything looks great. I've been super productive, hitting my work goals, and my body feels strong. But mentally, my soul feels tired. It's a classic case of mental fatigue. My brain is just worn out, even if my body's ready to go. You know how last week I was talking about needing to prioritize my sleep? Well, I'm still battling my nighttime routine. Specifically, I'm having a serious issue with the stop signal. That little internal voice that should be telling me, okay, that's enough scrolling, or time to put the work away, or even just, girl, the couch is calling. You know, that voice. Seriously, I'll look up and it's 12:30 a.m. and I'm still either working on a podcast, scrolling through social media, or just doing something absolutely non-essential like laundry. That means I'm running on fumes again, and we all know what happens when we run on fumes. We get grumpy, we have less patience, and our self care efforts, or even our basic self maintenance, completely crumble. It's crazy how hard it is to give yourself permission to just wind down. It feels like if I stop moving, I'll miss something or I won't be productive enough. But the truth is, staying up late doing low value tasks is the least productive thing I can do for my mental and physical health. So I'm focusing on the three M's: meditation, mindfulness, and more sleep. I couldn't find the M word. But especially since I was up to like 1 a.m. finishing the last podcast, that plus dealing with a flat tire and a gas run made Tuesday night a lot. I've been running on less than 8 hours of sleep for a few nights now, and my mental capacity is definitely taking a hit. So, here's what I'm going to do about it. And here is where you, my incredible listeners, come in. I'm making a promise right here, right now, on the air. My new non negotiable stop signal time is 10 p.m. By 10 p.m., the laptop is closed, the phone is docked away from my bed, and I am transitioning into a pre sleep routine. This isn't just about sleep, this is about respecting my own energy and setting a crucial boundary with myself. Now, I need you to hold me accountable. If you see me posting on social media after 10 p.m., or if I mention next week that I stayed up past my deadline, I want you to mentally or even physically give me a little side eye. I'm sharing this struggle because I know I am not the only one, and being transparent is a part of the journey. So let me ask you, what is your biggest struggle right now? Is this the stop signal like me? Is it making time for yourself? Whatever it is, no, you're not alone, and we're going to tackle it together, starting with me getting my behind in the bed on time, 10 p.m. Whew. Now that I've gotten that off my chest, let's dive into today's main topic, which actually resonates to the struggle perfectly: self care versus self maintenance, and why you, my friend, are absolutely worth the effort. And listen, before we move on, I need to talk about grace. Because while I just laid down a non negotiable 10 p.m. stop signal, I know I'm probably going to fail at least once. We all will sometimes. We are all conditioned to seek perfection. But that pursuit of perfection is often what makes us quit altogether. So I want to remind myself and I want to remind you that this journey is about progress over perfection. If you set a boundary and you miss it one night, that doesn't mean you scrapped the whole week. That doesn't mean you failed the podcast challenge or that you're a failure. It means you're human. Grace is about recognizing that you made a mistake, learning from it, and starting again the very next moment. It's about letting go of the guilt and refusing to let one slip up derail your overall well being. Your commitment to self care is a marathon, not a sprint. So be kind to yourself, forgive yourself quickly, and remember that even small, incremental steps forward are wins. We are seeking consistency, not flawless execution. Give yourself the same patience and understanding you give to your best friend. So, today we're diving into something super important: the difference between self care and self maintenance. It's easy to get these two mixed up, but understanding the difference can be a game changer for your well being. And this is what got me thinking about today's topic, because my current struggle is a perfect example of why we need to understand the difference between self maintenance and self care. It's so easy to get the two mixed up, but understanding the difference can be a game changer for your overall well being. Self maintenance is all about those essential, non negotiable tasks that keep us going. Think basic hygiene, paying bills, doing laundry, and keeping your space tidy. It's the bare minimum to keep yourself at that neutral, average zero. Self care, on the other hand, is about going the extra mile. It's about nurturing your mind, body, and spirit. It's doing things that bring you joy and help you recharge because you recognize that you are worth the fuss. Now, here's the crucial caveat we've talked about. When you're deeply overwhelmed or depressed, sometimes self maintenance is self care. Taking a shower, washing the dishes, or just getting out of bed might feel like a huge win, and that's totally valid. You are meeting yourself where you're at and celebrating those small victories. You are worth the effort because your well being isn't a luxury, it's the foundation for everything else you do. Now, you may be thinking, why am I worth the effort? Because self care is not selfish, it's necessary. You are worth the effort because without you operating from a full tank, you cannot show up fully for your business, your relationship, your family, or your goals. Think of it this way: you can't pour from an empty cup. When you take time for yourself, you're not taking away from anyone else. You are making sure the part of you that gives, the part of you that creates and loves, is strong enough to keep going. Investing in your own happiness and energy is the most productive thing you can do. In your work, in your business, and in your life, you are the brand. Your energy, your insights, and your presence are the most valuable things you have to offer. Would you ever neglect or undermaintain your most expensive and essential piece of equipment? Of course not. Treating yourself with care, whether it's getting enough sleep, making time for joy, or setting boundaries, is just smart business. It preserves the asset that makes everything else possible because you are your greatest asset. Beyond productivity or output, you deserve to feel good. You deserve moments of calm, moments of rest, and genuine happiness simply because you are a living, striving person. You don't have to earn the right to feel peace or joy with hustle or achievement. Self-care is a way of affirming to yourself, I see you, I value you, and I will protect your peace. That internal validation is incredibly powerful and necessary for a healthy self-esteem. You deserve inner peace. It sets the standard. When you make self care a priority, you teach the people around you, like your family, your friends, my listeners, your coworkers, how they should treat you. More importantly, you show them how they should treat themselves. You are modeling a life where boundaries are respected and well being is non negotiable. That example is a powerful form of leadership. Remember, you are worth the effort, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Now, let's expound on guilt, self preservation, and love. Because let's be real, when you finally do take that moment for yourself, whether it's saying no to a commitment or taking a long, luxurious self care Sunday, what's the first feeling that creeps in? For so many of us, it's a whisper of guilt. We feel guilty because from a young age, many of us were taught that the good person, the loving person, is the one who puts everyone else first. We were conditioned to believe that self sacrifice is the highest form of love. But we are not Jesus. And that rhetoric that we have to sacrifice ourselves in order to be loved is not true. That sacrifice has already taken place. Now it's okay to love yourself. Because I'm here to tell you that equation is just fundamentally wrong. Self sacrifice does not equal love. In fact, consistently sacrificing your own needs often leads to resentment. You give until you are empty, and then you start silently blaming the people you gave to. Resentment is the opposite of love. It can consistently lead you to burnout. You'll become depleted, less patient, and less capable of being truly present and loving with others. And it can lead to setting unhealthy standards. You teach others that they must also martyr themselves to be considered loving, and you teach them that your well being is optional. But the truth is, true, sustainable love is rooted in self preservation. Self preservation is the prerequisite for love. It means protecting your energy, setting firm boundaries, and prioritizing your basic needs. It's the mechanism that ensures you can keep giving over the long run without crashing or without crashing out. Self care is not a selfish act, it is an act of preventative love. It's about preserving the quality of your love. When you are rested, centered, and whole, the love you share with others is authentic, patient, and genuine, not obligated or resentful. Think about it. What kind of friend, parent, or partner do you want to be? Do you want to be the one who gives grudgingly from a place of exhaustion, or the one who gives generously from a place of fullness? Self preservation ensures your cup is so full that you can pour from the overflow, not from the bottom. That is a far more sustainable and truly loving way to live. So, when guilt creeps in, when you hear that old voice saying, you're being selfish, I want you to replace it with this truth. Self preservation is a form of love. And because you are choosing to love yourself first, because you are choosing to fill your own cup, you are absolutely worth the effort. In fact, you are the most deserving person of your own time, energy, and care. Love yourself. Because why not? We are in this body for forever. And if you're like me, who plans to live to their at least 100, I got over 60 years to be more in love with this body. Love the skin you're in. Make your thoughts a happy place because guess what? You don't ever get a break from them. So why not make this journey, make this life something worth living? Love yourself. Now that we've had the guilt out of the way and the baggage, let's talk about elevating your self-maintenance to self-care. The key to elevating a task is shifting your intention. Let's look at a few common examples and how you can turn a maintenance task into an act of self-care. Going to the gym is maintenance if you're only focused on the number on the scale. It becomes self-care when you go because it clears your head, relieves stress, and leaves you feeling energized and strong. Cooking can be a chore to just get food on the table. However, it becomes self-care when you try a new recipe, take your time, and mindfully enjoy nourishing your body with something healthy and delicious. Budgeting can feel like a drag if you have to do it, but it becomes self-care when you reframe it as taking control of your financial future and aligning your spending with your deepest personal values. Networking can feel so transactional, but it becomes self-care when you approach it as building genuine connections with people you admire and seeking mutually supportive relationships. Ultimately, self-care is about recognizing that you are worth the effort. It's about prioritizing your inner well-being and doing things that make you feel good inside and out. So, let's all try to incorporate a little more intentional self-care into our lives this week. And remember, even the smallest acts of kindness towards yourself counts. You have the vision, you have the mindset, and now you have the map. The time for waiting is over. Let's make this happen. To download the listener guide and get those powerful 8 AI prompts, head over to my website, which is listed in the description. Have you heard? There's a community. If you want to connect with like-minded individuals, please join us on our Instagram at our_main_character_energy, or just take a look at my description to join my Instagram group. And don't forget to subscribe right now so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Let's make the next 90 days the most impactful of your life. Go build your empire. I'll see you at the top.